Hi, Dan. I just moved in next door. I'm a supermodel.
I don't care who the IRS sends, I am not paying taxes.
I'm not like any other gamer girl you've ever met. While they're all wasting precious time putting on lip gloss and caring about what guys think, I take time out of my day to tell a bunch of strangers online that I've never met and who hold no value to my life why I'm better than the other gamer girls. Right. Because that screams I don't care what other people think. A word of advice to you, gamer? Definitely take the self-confidence side quest and level up that charisma before continuing your main game. It's a lot of work, but I guarantee it's worth the grind and it will get you a lot further in the long run. Hey Girl Scout, what's shakin'? How have you been? I personally have been doing my best to recover after being ill, and the kind and positive response from you all has been making things so much easier for me. Thank you so much for your patience, and I swear I'm working on everything I promised you, including my big collab with Ablaze and making TikToks and shorts, so definitely keep an eye out for those. Now, there's a trend on TikTok that's existed since the dawn of Tik time, where people, often women, make videos comparing themselves to other people in a way where they portray others as boring, normal, or basic, and themselves as unique, weird, quirky, what have you. They're so unique, in fact, that every comment says they're exactly the same as the poster. Who would have thought Rachel wasn't the only girl ever to like crime documentaries made for mass audiences on Netflix? The trend seems like one of those harmless things people do without thinking, but I think that having this so normalized is the issue. Once you start unraveling the intentions behind why people are posting these things, you find a disturbing amount of misogyny, pick-me energy, and harmful societal expectations that drive people to try and put others down for their own benefit. Today I thought we could watch a few, make some puns, and then deep dive as we so often do on the channel. By the way, I know watching these cringe videos is really tough stuff, and so I think you guys are up for a challenge. Do you want the chance to game with me after this video? Well, lucky for you, I am just like other YouTubers, and that means I get to excitedly tell you that today's video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
Yes! Yes!
While the end goal of this channel is to take down cringe TikTok, the end goal of Raid is to take down the enemies in the Doom Tower, a prison full of bad guys who have been locked away for a long time by an arbiter. Think of this situation as though someone just banned TikTok cringe at its peak and the arbiter's the person stopping the kids from releasing an onslaught of angry tweets into the world. Unfortunately, the arbiter can't hold them back forever, and they are desperate to get out of their jail to wreak havoc once again. The raid bosses, to be clear. Bosses are tough on the way to the top, so be ready with high resistance and strong champions. You know how hard it is to go into a Two Souls video without preparing yourself, so don't make that mistake on your quest. And hey, there's tons of ways to get some help. Raid has a special 𝘘𝘶𝘪𝘙 Chase event going on, where if old and new players alike log in and play between now and July 20th, you'll get 𝘘𝘶𝘪𝘙, a brand new legendary champion, absolutely free. Raid also added the Path of Light, where you'll be able to explore 3 branching paths to get the rewards. And there's an amazing set of skins for 𝘘𝘶𝘪𝘙 Guilt Mallet coming out. If you're a new player and click my link in the description or scan my QR code on screen, you'll get a ton of cool bonuses worth $30. We're talking an absolute alpha Chad champion called Vergis, 200k in silver, 1 energy refill and 1 XP boost, and an ancient shard. And much like a TikToker who gets an ounce of clout, the content doesn't stop. Once in-game, all new players can simply enter the promo code MyDeliana to grab everything you need to defeat the enemies online. In the game, obviously. The code gives you 50 XP brews to instantly get 𝘘𝘶𝘪𝘙 to max level 50, as well as a ton of silver. Maybe we don't eliminate all the bad TikTok trends just yet, but the enemies in the Doom Tower are good enough for now. I'll be popping onto my Discord periodically in the next few days to play and talk Raid, so be sure to join me there and get playing so we can chat. Thanks again to Raid for not being cringe and sponsoring today's video. Thanks to you guys for not being cringe and supporting Raid. And now, let's get back into some cringe. If she's gonna stereotype every girl ever, let's just follow her example and stereotype her right back. This is Lauren, the girl that won't shut up about liking football and beer when guys are around and says backhanded things like, "I could never wear as much makeup as your girlfriend. I'm too low maintenance for that and personally think it looks so fake." She sleeps with your boyfriend and then she says you're dramatic and two-faced for getting upset and telling your mutual friends. And she has no gal pals because no one wants to be her friend. Not because she chose that. What else? Tell me more about Lauren in the comments below. You don't like being friends with other girls? Yeah, well, they don't like being friends with you because you ironically claim they talk shit about one another while doing exactly that. And you stereotype them all into one group of completely untrue things for the sake of trying to have the upper hand for male attention. Have you maybe forgotten that you yourself are a girl? You're either saying that you also do these things because you're a part of that blanket statement group, which defeats the purpose of your TikTok trying to differentiate yourself from other girls, or you're saying you're so different from every other girl on the planet because you don't do any of these things, which is a lie because plenty of girls don't do these things. Either way, big L. No wonder incels say all girls are gossipy, jealous creatures who don't stay faithful to anyone. They're being told it's true from other girls, making it seem more valid even when it's a complete lie. You do have to feel just a bit sad for this girl for valuing a bit of male attention over the amazingly deep friendships you get with other women. Maybe it's due to feeling like external validation will bring happiness, maybe it's just bad experiences, but either way, I hope things change for her, because there's nothing quite like a female friendship. Oh shoot, you're so different, girl. I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and ask, how are you so unique that you like firearms? Other than like half the US who consider their weapons an essential right, no one else is like you. We're gonna have to troubleshoot here because I am very confused. She's acting out a scene pretending to be other girls who like handbags, using her handbags that she owns. So she is like them?
Yeah, Retro, she likes both. Duh.
Okay, well, I'm still sticking to my guns on this one. Even if you like both handbags and rifles, why act like the girls who don't like the latter are basic and not as cool as you? Plenty of other people also like hunting. There's no need to make digs at others for liking something else. The world has enough room for people who like different combinations of things to coexist. And someone liking purses does not mean they automatically rank as a worse person or something. Just talk firearms with your fellow hunting buddies, talk purses with your shopping pals, and recognize that they both have other friends who share interests that you don't participate in too. That's life. No need to make a whole video outlining your superiority over people with other preferences and infer that feminine interests are not as good as more traditionally masculine ones. We've made a whole video explaining why this is problematic, so maybe consider giving that a watch to understand just how you're perpetuating misogyny. Now, I wasn't on board with you until the very end, but then I changed my mind. You're right. Most normal people don't get their feet out for free on the internet. People pay big money for that stuff. But props to you for giving the people free accessibility on your TikTok. But seriously, this trend is so dumb. Obviously other people also do this stuff. In fact, I'd argue a lot of people do both things. And surely if most people do that, it makes the latter normal too? Where's the gauge that judges what's normal? How many people on the planet have to do it for it to be considered normal? I just don't think this needs an entire TikTok dedicated to it as a way to show off that you're different, especially when it's not even different. I suppose it's a sneaky way to drive engagement to your content, because everyone is itching to be different, and so they have to comment why they're exactly the same as you and not like those normies. But see, it only highlights the commonality, and yet it makes people feel unique and different over things that don't matter. Is that harmless? On the one hand, if being different boosts your ego, great, and seems innocent enough. But on the other hand, surely pushing the idea that being normal makes you not unique and that you have to tell the world why you're better than others over trivial details isn't a healthy mindset. What do you guys think?
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed. Think you're something out of my nightmares. Seen it.
Oh, come on. I don't want to chew you out, but if you think no one else has ever done that before, you're living in a bubble. A pretty big one judging by the amount of gum you took out. I think you're in quite a sticky situation here.
How it feels to chew 5 gum. New 5 gum. Stimulate your senses.
Because your commenters have proven that, in fact, most people do the same thing you do. Like Hubba Bubba, it's just a bit tasteless to act like you're so different to everyone else over something so simple as gum. Saying other people versus me is just pointless. As you all know from watching my videos, I have a big mouth, so I chomp a lot of gum and can relate to her. Some people don't relate at all. Hell, I'm sure there are a bunch of people who take a bite right out of the roll. I believe those people fall under the term psychopath, but I digress. Point is, looking for factors to differentiate yourself is always going to end in failure, because someone else will always relate to you. If she had worded it as that, who can relate? Fair enough. But by saying she's somehow different to everyone else makes it an issue. Who cares if other people take less gum than you? Neither person's better or worse. It's gum. You're not like any other person out there, not because of this gum habit, but because you're you. Isn't that enough? I guarantee not one person is looking at you and someone else and deciding, you know what, I like the other girl, but because this one is just so quirky with her roll of Bubblicious, she's just cooler and better and more appealing. And if they are, I really don't want to know why they have such a weird interest in bubblegum. Girl, sit down, and I don't care in which position. I guarantee when you're in public, you sit like normal people do. And I guarantee those other normal people you see sitting in public sit like you in the comfort of their own homes too. In fact, every girl I've ever met who's comfortable around me, even the ones who are the most put together every time we go out somewhere, throw their hair up or change or spread out the second they're home. Just because someone doesn't look massively uncomfortable in public doesn't mean they aren't. It's all about context. And it should be telling that all the comments say they do the same thing as you. It's relatable, and that's okay. It's a funny TikTok, and clearly people are keen to laugh about their similarities with you, so why make it into something it isn't? I don't think this is a healthy mindset to follow. At its core, this trend is about people making subtle digs at others as an attempt to be endearing and unique. It's a way to shame people for having common traits and habits and implying that they're more special for being different than them. And the way it's being presented to impressionable kids left and right is giving them complexes where they think they're better than others or not good enough based on things that don't even matter. It's okay to be like other people. God knows with billions of us out there, we're bound to share some commonality. I like sushi, the color green, and the Mandalorian. Some people like none of those and yet are probably more similar to me than someone who likes all three. It's just how it is. Sharing similarities with others doesn't mean you're less unique and rare. We are all a combination of interests and habits, and no one else has that exact combination. Living life looking for reasons that you're better than others or different than everyone else isn't a fulfilling life. Comparison is the thief of joy, and your uniqueness doesn't come from each individual thing you do. It's the whole of you that's different. I just wish society wasn't in a state where there was such an emphasis on being special and rare and standing out. It's causing people to compete with others over things that don't even matter, and people are grasping at straws to show why they aren't actually as normal as they appear, even though they're just normal people doing things that other normal people do. It's all about climbing over others to stand out on top, while everyone else is pushing you down to do the same. It's an exhausting, endless scramble with no winners. These TikToks are almost like a siren call, beckoning all the not like other girls and guys to come and comment and drive traffic to the video. Everyone's scrambling to be different while also biologically wanting to belong to a group. It's such a strange paradox. The things you do to impact the world and others, being a good person, and seeing yourself as good enough and unique because everybody is different should be what's encouraged in society. We should be aiming to find common ground and not trying to isolate ourselves. Maybe if these TikToks were reworded into something like who can relate or which one are you, people could post the same silly content, and we could turn a harmful message into something fun. I just think the way this trend is worded doesn't sit right, and I think that's all I can say about that right now. But let me know what you think. If you agree and want the algorithm to push this onto others to see, engagement is key. Like, subscribe, comment, leave a super thanks, and get involved. If you want to talk about this in more detail, then come on over to the Discord. And of course, I'll see those of you who downloaded Raid there too. And that's all from me. Hope you all have an amazing day, and I shall see you all in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Thanks for watching.